So once you log in, this is the page that you will be seeing right here. I am logged in as the Homer Simpson Bookkeeping, and this is our organizations page. Now what you see here is a dashboard of all my clients right here. And from here, I could add clients by clicking the Add Client button. All you have to do is enter the client's credentials, like company name, first name, last name, and the email. Hit Create a Client. And when you first do this, it will actually bring you to the billing page where you will have to enter and save your billing credentials. Now, once this is all done, it will have the save settings, and you won't have to do it all over again. Now, you also have the ability to actually manage users from this page. Now, you can add a staff by just entering their email address right here. Once you have that entered, you can choose to grant them access depending on which client you want them to work on, and let's say easily revoke the access as well. You can also delete them if you want from this page. Okay, now just coming back to the organizations page right here. Oops, went far. 1 second. A good workflow that people recommend is looking at these columns right here. Now, the Docs Review column, it allows you to prioritize which account needs your attentions first. So let's see this company right here, Hubdoc Inc. It has 36 documents to review. You'll most likely tend to that first, then these other documents right here. Okay, and the next one right here is the status column. Now, it gives you the indication in the form of a triangle or a cloud right here that you need to check your integrations and automated connections. It could be that your client changed their passwords in their banking portal and forgot to change it on your Hubdoc account, or your client may have forgotten to answer the PVQ questions on Hubdoc. It is just basically a way for Hubdoc to tell you we're experiencing issues in connecting and it needs your attention. Now let's see here. Let's go ahead and try to go to a client page right here. So let's see Ron Dog's Pet Grooming. Now that brings us to the client page, Ron Dog's Pet Grooming. Now Hubdoc is a document management solution. So what sets us apart from everybody else in this industry is our ability to automatically fetch these documents so that you can stop chasing bills and statements. Once all the documents are imported, you can then proceed to sync and share. Now we get these documents in two ways, and that's represented by these buttons up here. The first way is through the Add Account button, where we add automatic connections, and currently we have over 700 connections. Now these could be like banks right here, utility companies like Comcast, or any vendor that has key client documents. So I'm going to try adding Bank of America here. So let's just enter our credentials right here. Put in your password and hit Add Account. Now once this is done, Hubdoc will log into the connection using these credentials and fetch all available historical documents. Now this is great when you're onboarding new clients because you'll be able to get all the documents you need instantly. Now in the case of major banks, they will actually pull in bank statements, checks, e-transfers, and deposits. Now as you can see, all those documents are being pulled here. That's the document stream right now. Now if you look to the left, you'll see that Hubdoc automatically created a folder for Bank of America right here. And depending on how many accounts you have for that particular bank, there will be subfolders underneath, and those are based on the account numbers and document type. Now, Hubdoc fetches all these documents every night, and they will be sorted out on a per vendor basis. Okay, how about let's try adding another connection right here. American Express. Let's enter our credentials again. Okay. So you can see it's fetching those documents again. And let's take a look at the document stream right here. There you go. Now, when you first add a connection, Hubdoc will fetch everything that is available from all the different accounts on the portal. Now, this includes sub-account documents that clients may not want Hubdoc to fetch. Now, there is an actual way to stop fetching these documents. Now, after the initial fetch, you can navigate to the accounts right over here. Oops, sorry. For some reason, it's not working. Give me one quick moment here. Okay, so that's the accounts right here. And then you go to hide accounts. And as you can see here, it would give you the list of the accounts that the actual Hubdoc account will have, and you can just toggle to stop fetching. Hit close, and then just make sure you delete the folder. Okay, so you'll just click OK, and then you make sure that you empty the trash by doing this. Once this is done, Hubdoc will stop fetching for that particular account going forward. Okay, now coming back to the client's page, the second way to add documents is through the Add Receipt button right here. Hubdoc offers 3 ways to manually upload documents. The client can snap a photo through the Hubdoc app, which is available on Google Play and the App Store. Documents can also be sent to a unique email address, which is customizable. In this case, it's rondog@app.hubdoc.com, and your traditional drag and drop process. Now, it is important to note that for manual uploads, it takes us about 12 to 24 hours to extract the key data from the documents that you're sending. Now, regardless of how you send these documents and how these documents come into Hubdoc, whether it's auto-fetch like this American Express right here, or through a manual upload like, let's say, this or sandwiches right here. Can you just give me a moment while it's loading that up? I guess it's not working for that one. Let's just pick this one right here, Dentons. Hubdoc pulls in the document type right here, invoice number, vendor, and the currency. It also extracts the total amount right here. Now from there, you can sync and share. Now I'll pass it over to Zach, and he will be explaining further other cool things about Hubdoc. And Zach, take it away.
Thanks for your patience there, everyone. As my colleague Katrina mentioned, my name is Zach, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more today about the Hubdoc web app and publishing over to accounting software integrations like QuickBooks and Xero. I also want to just let everyone know to please feel free to ask questions in the questions poll if you have any questions that pop up while I'm going through the presentation. So I just want to touch quickly on some of the things that Katrina mentioned in regards to the folder structure along the left here. So as she mentioned, when documents such as invoices and bills are uploaded either automatically by an automatic connection or uploaded manually by one of the three different ways you can upload documents into Hubdoc, our OCR technology is going to go in and extract key data from those. And then once that is done, which can take anywhere from 1 to 24 hours, it's going to create a folder for that specific vendor along the left. So under bills and statements, if we were to upload a document for Banana Republic or any of these other vendors, once that document has gone through the OCR technology, there will be a specific folder created for it along the left. So now any other document that is uploaded into Hubdoc with the same vendor name of Banana Republic, it's going to be filed away accordingly into that specific folder. A big thing to mention as well is the document stream, which we can see here along the left. Just to the right of bills and statements and the folder structures along the left. So we can see here this tab is the All tab. So all documents are going to appear in this tab, whether or not they've been archived, whether or not they need to be in review or anything like that. They're all the documents that have been uploaded are going to appear in this tab. The next one that we have to the right of that is processing. So the processing tab is where these documents are going to appear once they have been uploaded or manually fetched and brought into Hubdoc. And this is where they'll appear as our OCR technology is going through and extracting all that key data. So things like vendor name, cost, currency, and the date. And then once they have been, that data has been extracted, they'll disappear from the processing tab. And depending on how you have your Hubdoc set up, they'll appear in the processing tab. So when their documents are in the processing tab, this means that they need to have either you or your client needs to go in and take a look at these documents. From here, they can either archive them or they can publish them over to an integration. So we can see here on the right, once that data has been extracted, client needs to either come in and archive that up top where it says archive instead, or they need to go down and publish this document over to a destination. Once that has been done, the document again will disappear from the review tab and it'll be over here in the far right in the archive tab. In between the middle of that, we have the failed tab. Some reasons the document might show up in the failed tab is if for some reason our OCR technology isn't able to read the document that was uploaded. So if it's a receipt that's been taken on the mobile app by camera, and for some reason the lighting's off or whatever it may be, and it's unable to pick up some of that main information, the document could show up in that failed tab. Another reasons documents might show up in there is if for some reason there's an issue with publishing over to QuickBooks or Xero, whatever integration you have set up. Next, I'm just going to quickly run through some of the main things under this Accounts tab. So we can see here under the manage accounts, this is a summary of all of the automatic connections that you have set up for either your account or your clients. As Katrina mentioned, there's also the ability to hide accounts. So for say for Canadians, if you had like a TD connection set up, or for Americans, if you had a Bank of America connection set up, and you had a personal sub account underneath that specific account, you could come in here and click stop fetching, and that basically just allows Hubdoc to know that you don't want that, like, documents from that specific sub account fetched and brought into Hubdoc. Under the Manage Accounts tab, you can also see here that there's the ability to look at the manual accounts that you have set up, and you can also create a vendor in here as well. A lot of the main information can be, for your specific Hubdoc account, can be either edited or changed within the Profile tab. So under Profile tab, this is where you're going to have the client's first and last name, the name of their company, and the email associated with their Hubdoc account. This is also where you can go in and change the password right here under Change Your Password. And then we'll also see, if we scroll down a little further down below, that there's the uploading files via email. So Katrina mentioned earlier that one of the ways to upload documents into Hubdoc is by sending documents via email to the unique email that's set up with your Hubdoc account. If you'd like, you can actually go in and edit that email to something more specific, something easier to remember for you and your clients. So how you would do that is right here next to the rondog@app.hubdoc.com email. You can click edit, and you can change that email to whatever works best for you. A big thing being here that the @app.hubdoc.com needs to stay. Right down below there, we'll see a quick little checkbox that says always create a document from the email body. This is a relatively new feature that's being added to Hubdoc. And actually, if you were sending a document into Hubdoc via email and you added information that's you'd like in Hubdoc in the body of the email, clicking this will actually create a document in Hubdoc for the body of that email and the text and information that was applied in that email. Right below that, again, you'll also see a new feature in regards to Hubdoc, something that was released within the last few weeks. And this is uploading files via integrations and currently at the moment ScanSnap. So with the integration that's being created with ScanSnap, you now have the ability to scan a document and upload it directly into Hubdoc. So you can see here, there's the option to click here to download the ScanSnap software. So if ScanSnap is something that you or your clients is utilizing, then that could be a great option for you guys as well. The very bottom of the Profile tab is where you can go to invite users to access your Hubdoc account. So this would be where you can control the collaborators on your account. So if you wanted to add an employee to your client's account who's also going to need access to that account, then you could hop in there and type in their email and then click add, and once they accept that, they'll be added as a current collaborator. You can also see here that right down below, this is a quick list of our current collaborators on this specific account, and you can also go in and remove collaborators from here as well. And we actually just had a quick question come in regards to the tab along the right over here. If we look down below, we can see here that it says either paid and unpaid. So we see if we click paid, there's this little green banner that comes up along the right, letting you know that the document has been paid. This is basically just a visual banner for inside Hubdoc, so that it's not actually going to be published over to your integration, so QuickBooks or anything like that, but it is just a nice visual that you can use within Hubdoc. Some clients use it if they'd like to just mark the fact that this document's been published to an integration. It's just a quick and easy way to scroll through their All tab and see all the documents that have been already published to an integration. That also brings me over to the something I'd like to talk about next, which is tags and notes. So for specific documents, you have the ability to add a tag or a note to that document. So if we look here for this American Express statement, right above to the top left, you have the ability to add a tag. So adding a tag, you could type in, say, statement for May, or however you want to organize that. And then once you click add a tag, that it'll appear under the tags heading down below here. So we can see Alex already has a few different tags set up for pharmacy, groceries, and things like that. Another feature there is to add a note to this document as well. So if we click notes up here in the top right, you can add a note to this specific document. Again, tags and notes are just for internal use in Hubdoc, and they're not actually published or pushed over to your integrations like QuickBooks. So if we were to add a note, big thing for adding notes is that before any note you put into the document, you need to write hashtag note and then type in whatever note you want to add. And sorry, that's actually just for email forwarding. So for notes internally in Hubdoc, you can go ahead and add whatever note pleases you for that. Another option along the top right here is to download a document. If you wanted to download this specific statement from Hubdoc, you can download that document here by clicking the Downloads tab. I'm just going to take a quick minute here. So if anyone has any further questions, please feel free to let us know, and we'll be happy to answer those over the call. So it looks like there's another question that has come in regards to making changes to the default currency of your Hubdoc account. And this can also be done in the Profile tab. So if we click in Accounts in the top right and navigate back to the Profile tab, we can see here on the right side of the screen where it says base currency. It's currently in Canadian, but you can actually change that to USD if you would like, and then just hit Save Changes in the bottom, and that'll change that base currency for your specific Hubdoc account. Of note, when it comes to currency, the accountant's main Hubdoc account will be the base for this. So if you're an accountant and your currency is set up as USD, any clients that you add into Hubdoc, their base currency will also be set up as USD, unless they were to go in and specifically change that, like I've just shown you guys. So I'll exit out of here, and the next thing we'll touch on is how to integrate receipts and invoices with accounting software, such as, for this example, what we use today is we'll use QuickBooks Online. So if we take a look at this receipt here that had a photo taken of it from Night Owl Toronto, we can see that this document's been uploaded, and our OCR technology has gone in and extracted a lot of that key information. So we can see at the top here, vendor name, the date, the currency for this specific receipt, and the total amount. If we scroll further down here to our destinations, we can see here that I just published this a moment ago. So you can see under destinations that the state here is the document is currently being published. But below we can see we published this as a bill under meals and entertainment, and also under the vendor Night Owl Toronto. For the account codes, these are pulled for you directly from QBO when you set up the connection with QuickBooks Online, as well as vendors. For Night Owl Toronto, I've gone in and created Night Owl Toronto as a new vendor by clicking new vendor right up top here. So if you're to click new vendor, this little box opens up and you can create a new vendor there. After this, once this is all set up, you can go ahead and click publish. But before I go ahead and do that, I'll quickly show you how, for anyone who doesn't have the connection set up in QBO, how you can go ahead and connect QBO to Hubdoc or any of your other integrations. So this is actually done, again, if we click accounts in the top right, and on the far right, we have the destinations tab. So when we click here, we can see that we have a number of different accounting integrations, such as Xero and QBO, and if Bill.com, FreshBooks, and if we scroll down, we can see all the different integrations, as well as our cloud storage integrations, so things like Box and Dropbox, as well as Smart Vault. You can see here for QuickBooks that it's currently saying that we are connected to Ron Dog's Books, which is the QBO account that we're currently connected with. We scroll down to the very bottom of this, we can see the ability to set up email forwarding. So this is basically for every new Hubdoc document that is either fetched or uploaded into Hubdoc. If you set up an email forwarding, then these documents will be forwarded to that specific email. So that's another option for you and your clients as well. If we go back to this document along the right here, as this document has already been published, but I would click publish for this right here after it's been configured. And if we go over to QuickBooks Online, we can see that this document has been created within QuickBooks with, again, a lot of that main information. So the account code, meals and entertainment, the cost, and all of that. The vendor name, Night Owl Toronto, up here at the top. And we can also see down below that the original source document has been attached in QuickBooks Online. if we go back here to back to Hubdoc, there is two other options that I'd like to quickly run through with you, and that is the save configuration and auto sync for your integrations. So saving this configuration will be on a vendor specific basis. So from now on, if we were to save this configuration, every document that under the Night Owl Toronto vendor name will be saved with this similar configuration. So when it's in the review tab that I mentioned earlier, you can come in here. This configuration will already be saved, and you can just come in, double check everything, and then click publish, and that'll publish over to QBO for you. Another option above that is the auto sync, which basically does all of this, but then does it automatically for you. So Hubdoc's going to go ahead and automate everything for you. It's going to pull in these documents if it's an automatic connection. Our OCR technology is going to extract all that main information. And because you've clicked auto sync and save configuration, this QBO integration configuration is already going to be saved. And Hubdoc is going to automatically publish all of this information for this document over to QBO without you even needing to come in and check or do anything manually. So I'm just going to take a pause here for another moment and see if there's any questions that people have asked and need to be answered, and I'll be back with you in a moment.
All right, folks. Thank you, Zach. That was a great run through, and Katrina as well. We just had a really great question come in about taxes, and for our Canadian users, this is a great feature. So to enable those taxes, you're actually going to navigate to the Destinations tab by clicking Accounts, Destinations, and then once you have a QBO or Xero account connected, you'll be able to a box will appear with the Publish Tax Data option. You'll click that. It'll take a minute. What it's doing is it's just reaching out to my QBO account. Oh, it looks like I clicked it on, then clicked it right back off. It's reaching out to my QBO account to pull in the tax codes I have configured on my account. So we'll, again, similar to chart of accounts, we'll pull in whatever you have set up on your QBO, and you can set your default here. So let's say we wanted to choose HST as a default. And that's going to come up on each document below in the extracted data section here. And these just aren't showing up because it's best used on a moving forward basis. The default tax rate will be configured on all new documents that come in, and the older ones that came in before you turn on that tax setting as we have now, you'll just have to click on the tax amount, and we'll calculate that tax rate for you. So great question about taxes, and if you have any other ones, I'm just going to take another moment to pause and see if anyone has more questions that we can go over before we wrap it up here today.
Hi, everybody. That brings us to the end of our webinar for today. Now, if you have any other questions, just shoot us an email at support@hubdoc.com, or you could just click on the top right corner right here, submit a ticket, and we will be happy to help you out. Thanks again, and just give me one quick second right here.
Show them.
Also, if you have any other specific questions, we do have a help desk. Lots of articles right there. You can definitely check it out. Good workflow management, we also have it in there. So I guess that'll be it. Till next time, till next Wednesday, have a good day, everybody.